everyone, so today we're gonna start a really simple lesson on how to transfer a real world example to something that we see often in math, knowing the y-intercept form. So let's get started. The question today is, Mike rented a scooter and the scooter company said it costs $3 just to release the scooter from the lock. And then for every single minute that he rents, it costs $2. Find the y-intercept form, the y-intercept, the rate of change, and graph your solution. So you're looking for a lot of things here, but good thing is we can always do that just in one steps, right? One questions, as we solve, we'll see all the concepts. So what I like to do whenever I see a problem like this is I like to underline the numbers. So I like here, I'll say it costs $3, I'm gonna underline 3. Here it says every minute, right? Every minute that he runs, I'm gonna underline 2. And then I also like to box things out so I know what I'm looking for. Okay. So I'm gonna box y-intercept form, the y-intercept, the rate of change, and graph your solution. Okay, now take a minute and do that too. Are you ready? So here I like to draw like a sketch of my graph first, and always label your axes, right? So this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis, right? And then I'm gonna try to number them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, good. So let's get started. So it says the scooter company says it costs $3, right, to release it. That means even at 0 minute, we're already spending $3, right? So what I like to do is imagine the x-axis as how many minutes has already passed, or how many minutes has already passed. Now it's 0 minute right here, and I'm already costing $3. So the y-axis is gonna represent how much money I'm spending already. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. So I'm gonna put a dot right here. And I like to label my points. So we always do x, comma, y, right? So we're gonna do 0, comma, 3. So that is gonna be my first point. Now, every minute that he rents, it costs $2, right? It costs $2. So what I like to do is I will move 1 minute, right? Remember, x-axis is gonna be however many minutes. So I'm gonna move 1, and then my money is gonna go up 2. So here, I'm gonna move 1, and then up 2. Right. Okay, go ahead and take a minute and start graphing. Start graphing like for number 2 and number 3. Usually at this time, I'll kind of walk around a little bit, but we don't have a lot of students here, so I'm gonna just assume they're done. Okay, are we done? Are we ready? Oh, I got a good question. So someone asked, can I graph negative? Can I graph negative? In this scenario, we don't have to graph negative. In fact, it doesn't make sense to graph the negative because you will never have negative minutes, right? You will never say, oh, like I'm about to run a scooter for negative 10 minutes, right? Like minus 10 minutes. That's usually that doesn't make sense in our real life scenario. In a lot of the cases, when you only see the formula and it just asks you to graph it, you may also graph the negative slots as well. But just for today, just for this example, this is not applicable. So good question here. Okay, now I have the dots, right? So I want to connect the dots. Okay, use a ruler. I don't have a ruler here, but use a ruler so your graph looks neat. Okay. Now, anyone still remember how do we write the slope-intercept form? What's the formula? Okay. Yes, y equals mx plus b. And what does b stand for? B stands for the y-intercept. Correct. Okay, and then anyone still remember what is m? Right, so m equals the slope, which also is what? What is the question looking for? The rate of change. Good. Good job. Okay, so what is the definition of y-intercept? Yes? Is it whenever here when y equals to 0? Is it right here? Is it here? No. Okay, yeah, it's right here, right? It's right here. The dot that the line is intersecting with the y-axis, that's called the y-intercept. So what is my y-intercept right here? 3, right? So I already know my y-intercept is 3. Right. Now I just need to find the slope. And there's always a formula for you to find the slope. And what is the formula? Still remember from the last class? Right. So what do we do the first step? We want to find 2 points, right? 2 points that's on the same line, right? So we're gonna say, let's do my first point. And let's put my first point here. How about this? This one. And my second point, I'm gonna find another one that's on the graph and I'm gonna choose this one. Right? It doesn't matter which one that you choose as long as it's on the same line. Okay. Everyone still follows? Okay. Now I can use these 2 points and I can apply it to my slope formula. And no one tells me what the slope formula is yet. Does this look familiar? It starts with y2. Yes, y2 minus y1. So my slope m, so I'm gonna do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Exactly, and that's gonna be my slope. Right? So what's my y2? 5. And then minus, what's my y1? 3. Over, what's my x2? 1. What's my x1? 0. Good job. Right, so now doing it, we'll see it's gonna be 2 over 1, which you can always simplify it as just 2, right? So we have the y-intercept right here. We have the rate of change, which is 2. We graphed our solution already. Now we just need to put everything back into the formula right here, and we have everything already, right? So now it's just like in the hamburger, you just piece everything back together. So my formula here is gonna be y equals, what's my slope again? 2, right? 2, and do I write here? Do I write 0? Do I like multiply? Do I plug in a number? No, right? You just write x because you're general, like you're writing a general formula of this equation right here. So x right? And then plus, what's my b? What's my b? Right here, right here. Right, 3. Exactly. So this is gonna be my solution. What I like to do here is, once I have my answer, I like to write everything together like that. And then, because the question asks for y-intercept, rate of change, right? And then the slope-intercept form. So once I'm done with everything, I like to write whatever the question is asking for me, and then I like to box it. Because the people who's gonna grade it will see clearly, this is my steps, this is my answer, right? And then they will see on the graph, right? On the graph. Okay, are we good? Does this make sense to everyone? Okay, we feel confident. Okay, good job. Okay, so that is about it for my mock lesson.